Empires didn't survive on armies alone. They survived on control. And the most powerful forms of control were never public. They were intimate. They lived inside private rooms, private bodies, and private rituals. Tonight, you're going to see how power in ancient Rome didn't shout. It whispered. Picture this. You're standing inside the marble corridors of a Roman villa as evening settles in. The sun has slipped behind tiled rooftops, and oil lamps bloom to life one by one, their flames trembling softly. Light spills across frescoed walls, painted gods, painted victories, painted lies, each shadow shifting as if the walls themselves are breathing. The air is warm, thick, heavy with scent. Rose oil, burnt incense, beeswax, and something else beneath it all. Something faintly metallic, unfamiliar, wrong. Before we begin, where are you watching from? Drop your city in the comments. And if you support real stories like this, hit subscribe to help us keep these stories coming. Now, let's dive into today's story. Behind thin fabric partitions, voices murmur, women speaking quietly, laughing softly, planning. These are not idle conversations. These are preparations, rituals, the kind performed every evening in houses like this across the empire. A senator's wife is being readied to appear before guests. Slaves adjust her hair. Others grind powders on stone slabs. Chalk white dust drifts into the lamplight and settles on her skin. Her face becomes paler, smoother, untouched by sun or labor, a visible sign of status. Beauty here is not meant to look natural. It is meant to look controlled. Her lips are brushed with red, not flower pigment, not berry. Something stronger, something imported, something poisonous. No one speaks of it openly. Everyone knows anyway. She steps forward, fabric whispering at her ankles, posture perfect, expression calm. She looks healthy, powerful, desired, no one watching. Her would suspect that what adorns her skin is slowly damaging her nerves, her organs, her mind. No one would question it, because this is Rome. And in Rome, harm often arrived disguised as refinement. This is where our story truly begins. Ancient Rome was obsessed with order. Order in law, order in hierarchy, order in bodies. Every citizen knew their place. Men ruled publicly, women ruled privately, or so the fiction went. In reality, power flowed through households, through marriage beds, through beauty rituals repeated daily until they became invisible. Intimacy was never just personal. It was political. Cosmetics were not fashion. They were signals. White skin meant exemption from work. Red lips meant vitality. Scent meant wealth. But the materials used to create these signs came at a cost. Lead-based powders, mercury-laced rouges, arsenic mixtures promising youth. These substances circulated widely, recommended by physicians, passed down by tradition, endorsed by status. Beauty was obedience to custom, even when that custom poisoned you. Why did they continue? Because refusing these rituals meant refusing the system itself. A woman who appeared too natural was read as careless, improper, uncontrolled in a society where reputation determined survival. There was no room for deviation. The body became a surface upon which loyalty to tradition was written daily. To reject the ritual was to invite suspicion, and suspicion in Rome was dangerous. Inside these villas, intimacy was carefully regulated. Marriage was not romance. It was alliance. A woman's body was expected to produce heirs, display virtue, and maintain the household's image. Desire existed, but only in sanctioned forms. Love was structured by law. Pleasure was shaped by power, and those who fell outside these boundaries were rarely remembered kindly. Slaves, for instance, existed outside the moral framework entirely. Their bodies were accessible, regulated, owned. Their intimacy was not considered intimacy at all. It was function, utility, silence. The same walls that protected elite, privacy concealed exploitation. Thin curtains divided rooms, not ethics. Religion reinforced this order. Gods watched everything. Rome was not unique in this, but Rome perfected it. Power did not need to be enforced loudly when it could be internalized, when people harmed themselves willingly in the name of belonging, when intimacy became a performance of compliance. Fast forward. The villa is gone now, buried, collapsed, excavated centuries later. But listen closely. The whispers remain. Because while the materials have changed, the pattern has not. Societies still shape bodies to express obedience, still disguise harm as improvement, still tie intimacy to control. The language is softer now, the rituals subtler, the substance is regulated, but the pressure remains. But we inherit the same expectation that beauty requires sacrifice, that intimacy must fit approved forms. Ancient Rome reveals its soul not through battles or emperors, but through bedrooms, mirrors, and whispered instructions passed from one generation to the next. It shows us that control works best when it feels normal, when it smells like incense, when it looks like tradition. Standing in those ruins, surrounded by broken columns and faded walls, you begin to understand something unsettling. If you listen closely, you can still hear them. Echoes of power, intimacy, and control, shaped by desire, enforced by custom, and carried quietly forward through time. And that is why these stories matter, because they are not just about what was, they are about what remains. If uncovering the hidden mechanics of history fascinates you, if you want to understand how power truly works beneath the surface, then this is the place for you.